Is your love or is life just raping you? That's the question. If you're being raped by life, then mind is a misery. If your life has become a love affair, life is blissfulness, mind is blissfulness too. To learn meditation, do you think I have to come all the way to Tibet? In India, we know every kind of meditation. I want you to remember, Gautama the Buddha himself is an export from India. I want supernatural powers. In many ways, the monk tried to dissuade him, said, nothing doing, I want supernatural powers. And the monk said, okay, if you're so set on it, tomorrow morning have a dip in the river at 4 o'clock in the morning and be here. I will teach you the secrets of the supernatural. Right from one's childhood, the mind has been imposed as to what is right and what is wrong, morality. This is the major problem. People have taught you what is good and what is bad, because good and bad are very strong points of identity, very strong. Whatever you consider as good, you naturally get identified with it. Whatever you consider as bad, you naturally repelled by it. You having aversion to something and you having attraction towards something is the basis of identification. Whatever you're averse to it dominates your mind. I can tell you a story. Are you okay? Once there was a man in South India. This man got a desire to acquire supernatural powers. He wanted to acquire supernatural powers. Supernatural powers means, someone wants to walk upon water, somebody wants to fly without an airplane, someone wants to sit in the fire and not be cooked. So many things. Fundamentally, you want to do something that others cannot do, and that's called a circus. Yes? So he got such a desire, so he went in search of gurus, guru to guru, guru to guru. Nobody is willing to entertain him. After much search, somebody told him, these South Indian gurus are too conventional, they're no good. You go to Tibet. There's an old Buddhist monk. He has all the supernatural powers you want and he's willing to share it with you. Our man set off on a journey to Tibet. By foot, traveling to Tibet, crossing Himalayas, reaching there. It's not a simple journey, but our man is determined to have supernatural powers, so he walked all the way to Tibet. He went to the Buddhist monastery. There the culture is very different from South India or any part of India for that matter, especially South India. Here we have been taught, Atithi Devo Bhava, that means a guest is God. If somebody appears at your doorstep, whether you know him or you do not know him, you treat him like a god. Such a culture does not exist in the Buddhist monasteries. If you go there, nobody will ask you who you are. Not because they don't care for you, because in their life, their whole life's work is just to find out who they are. So when you have just arrived, they don't want to embarrass you with such a big question. Who are you? It's not a small question, isn't it? In the middle of nowhere, you say, I am Ramaswamy or I am Habibullah, doesn't mean anything. In your town, in your community, it may mean something. In the middle of nowhere, it just doesn't mean anything. So they don't want to embarrass you with such big questions, so they never ask you, who are you? A new man has arrived. If you do not ask, who are you, what is the next possibility? Where do you come from? Do you know where you come from? So they don't want to embarrass you with that question either. You don't know where you come from, you don't know where you will go. These few years that you are here, you're busy. Very busy, isn't it? Suddenly the act will end one day, just like that. For some there is a warning, many there is no warning. Just like that, without notice, all your act may end. But we are so busy, not knowing where you came from, not knowing where you may go. So they don't ask you such questions either. A new person has arrived, you don't ask him who you are, where you come from, there is not much room for conversation, so they don't talk to you. Lunch means there is a bell. If you want, you can go and eat. If you do not eat, in Buddhist life, fasting is also a very important part of their spiritual life. So if you're not eating today, that is also greatly respected. Nobody will compel you, you have to eat. South Indian home, you must eat. It doesn't matter you're bursting, but you must eat. You understand, that's hospitality. It's also a sure way to the hospital. But such things don't exist in Buddhist monasteries. This is a strange situation for our man from South India. So he hung on. When hunger overtook him, he went and ate, otherwise he just hung on and hung on. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 3 weeks passed away. After 3 weeks, the old monk called him. He knows why the man has come. He looked at him and said, "See, what are you going to do with these supernatural powers? What will you do walking upon water? After 3 days, anyway a boat will be better. Suppose you go and start walking on water in Delhi somewhere, is there any water? Is there some water body where you can walk? Suppose you walk, initially a whole crowd will gather. If you every day start walking on water, people will say, he's a water walker. Yes? And anyway, after 3 days you will wish you had a boat. Because after some time, what is the difference between walking on the land and walking on the water? Except the attention that you get initially. After some time, it's the same walk, isn't it? Don't waste your time like this. I will teach you the way of meditation. With this, you can live a fruitful life. Our man said, what? To learn meditation, do you think I have to come all the way to Tibet? In India, we know every kind of meditation. I want you to remember, Gautama, the Buddha himself is an export from India. I want supernatural powers. In many ways, the monk tried to dissuade him, said, nothing doing, I want supernatural powers. And the monk said, okay, if you're so set on it, tomorrow morning, have a dip in the river at 4 o'clock in the morning and be here. I will teach you the secrets of the supernatural. Our man went and took a dip in the river. That is Tibet. Temperatures are all minus. He turned half blue and came and sat in front of the monk. The monk looked at his condition and his determination and told him, see, this is very simple. I will give you 3 secret mantras. If you utter these 3 mantras, all the supernatural will be yours. You have to utter these 3 mantras 3 times over. Shall I reveal the mantras to you? Yes? These 3 mantras are Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, Sangam Sharanam Gacchami, Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami. Just these 3 mantras, 3 times over. all the supernatural will be yours. It is just that when you're uttering the mantra, do not think about the monkeys. Is that all? That is all. May I go? Please go ahead. Our man came out of the monastery jumping with joy. The fool of a monk revealed all the secrets to me, did not even ask for a Guru Dakshina, and he tells me, do not think about monkeys. What does he know about my culture? I think about the Vedas, the Upanishads, the Brahma Sutras. Why will I think about monkeys? Am I a hunter? I have not seen a monkey in the last 10 years like this, thinking about monkeys. He walked all the way back to India, came to the banks of the sacred river Ganges, had a dip, sat down, Buddham, monkey. Monkey comes, another dip in the river, Buddham, monkey. Bu means monkey comes. Various yoga postures he sat down. An intense effort he made for 1 week. In 1 week, he came to a situation where he doesn't have to do anything. All the time monkeys tormenting him, inside, outside monkeys. He's unable to sleep, sit or stand. Monkeys everywhere. If you looked at the sky, monkeys; if you looked at the ground, monkeys; if you looked anywhere, only monkeys. If he closed his eyes, too many monkeys. Now he walked all the way back to Tibet with his monkey load. He went to the monk and said, I don't want your supernatural powers, somehow relieve me of these monkeys first. Now this is the nature of your mind. If you say, I do not want something, only that happens. In this mind, there is no subtraction or division, there is only addition and multiplication. You cannot take away anything by force from this mind. Now, this does not need any enlightenment. If you just close your eyes for a minute and look at it, you can see you cannot do anything by force. Now somebody told you, this is good, this is evil, do not think about the evil. Now that's a full-time job. There is nothing else going on. The moment you identify something as good and you identify something as bad, you getting identified with the good and having aversion for the bad is a natural process. If you have an indiscriminate sense of involvement with everything, involvement need not necessarily mean that you have to go and do something. You can just look at people and be involved, isn't it? You can just look at the sky and be involved. You can look at every life and be involved. You can close your eyes and still be involved. Involvement is not an act. Involvement is a certain willingness with life. You have become willing to the process of life. If you get identified, you are becoming unwilling to the process of life. You are only willing in selection. With the rest of the life, you are not willing. It is this unwillingness which is scaling down the aliveness in a human being. You just look at yourself and see, when you're 5 years of age, how alive you were and how alive you are today. It's gone down, isn't it? Yes. With age, aliveness need not go down. With age, our physical capabilities may go down. Aliveness need not go down. If you're 100, you can be as alive as a child. Your aliveness is going down because you're committing suicide in installments. The method of committing suicide is that you become selective in your involvement. Involvement does not necessarily mean physical action. Involvement is just your willingness with life. If you take away the willingness, the process of life naturally becomes suffering. Whatever you do willingly, that's your heaven. Whatever you do unwillingly, that's your hell. What is a great love affair? If it happens to you, when you're unwilling, that becomes your rape, isn't it? What is considered so beautiful can become so horrible, simply because the difference is just willingness and unwillingness. So, whether your mind is a misery or your mind is a miracle simply depends on this: are you allowing life to happen to you absolutely willingly or unwillingly? Is your life a love affair? Or is life just raping you? That's the question. If you're being raped by life, then mind is a misery. If your life has become a love affair, life is blissfulness, mind is blissfulness too. So it is because of selective involvement, it is because of a certain identification with something or the other that you become selectively involved. When the other things that you're not identified with happen to you, you feel raped by life. Naturally, there is misery, there is no other way to be. So if this circus of life circus of the mind has to become a symphony, if it has to raise to its crescendo, one of the foremost things is, suppose in the circus you have seen the trapeze artists. The trapeze bars and the trapeze ropes are always tied in such a way, only if they go full swing, they get to reach each other. If they're little unwilling or any one of them is unwilling, circus will collapse, isn't it? They must go all out, all out, all out. Otherwise, it cannot happen in a beautiful way. That is so with you. Are you going all out with life? If you're going all out, that itself will settle the mind. You are going with indiscriminate involvement with life, with everything, absolutely involved. With what passion you look at your lover or your child, with the same passion you look at the sky, with the same passion you look at the tree, with the same passion you look at the earth, with the same passion you look at anything. If you have the same passion and involvement with every aspect of your life, mind is not a misery, it is a beautiful circus. Circus is a symphony of actions, isn't it? Tremendously coordinated. But it can become an absolute mess if that coordination is lost, if the trapeze artists are not willing to swing all the way. They want to be safe, so they will go only half the way. Now there is no circus, it's finished. So we did not say circus is a negative thing. Circus is a hugely coordinated symphony of actions. And that is how the brain is functioning. The accumulated mass of information, which generally we refer to as the mind and its activity, is all coming from that accumulated information. This information has a basis beyond your birth. We will not go into that, let's talk about that which is in your experience. From the moment you are born to this moment, everything that you have seen, everything that you have heard, everything that you have smelt, everything that you tasted and everything that you touched, everything that you perceived through these five sense organs is recorded in your mind. Whether you recorded this, whether it happened in wakefulness or sleep, it is still recorded. This can be very easily done to you. You are fast asleep and I will say something to you. If we can do certain processes, you will see what you heard in sleep is still there, you can very easily repeat it. In hypnotized conditions, these things have been done as experiments, but in yogic systems we have always been aware of it. In India, we have been aware of this, you have heard many stories about this. We always thought the best time to put in the best input into a human being is when he is in the mother's womb. So elaborate care was taken about how a pregnant woman should be, in what kind of atmosphere she should be, under what kind of influence she should come, what kind of influence she should not come. She was not even allowed to meet certain people Only those people who are most loving and wise and intelligent were allowed to meet her. Any kind of negative emotions, any kind of negative situations, she was not exposed to, because that is a time you can teach. The child is in deep sleep, just forming. Because there is such a sense of deep sleep, it's very easy to teach. Now when you're awake, there are any number of distractions. You're listening to me, but you're aware of the body. You're scratching your body, you're looking around, you're doing this, you're doing that. When you're in sleep, all these things are absent. Your absorption is absolute. So everything that you have heard, seen, smelt, tasted and touched, wakefulness or sleep is recorded, this information is there. Now, how harmoniously we use this information is the effectiveness of the mind, or how much of a mess this information has become is the ineffectiveness or the mess of the mind. To organize this, people have done various things. All kinds of methods and exercises are being brought about in the world. Yes, there are many ways to make minor corrections and make yourself little more effective than before. But if you really want to unleash the mind, not control the mind, if you truly want to unleash the power of the mind, the fundamental thing is your intellect should not be identified with anything. Then your perception comes to such clarity, then mind naturally organizes itself. Nobody has to organize the mind. It is very well organized, naturally it is organized. Only because the perception is so distorted, its function and its outcome also is distorted.